broadcasting. I don't know if I was ever broadcasting or not. So spirits were hearing me anyway. All right, I'm north of Oklahoma City. It's really beautiful. I knew, the spirits even said, it's like a law enforcement dude. I don't know, he's dead or something. Maybe one of those people, I don't know. One of those, superintendents of the state police instead. But he was like, as soon as you hit that highway north Oklahoma City, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. I got north, and here I am. Again, there's a lot of curse back there. So like I was saying, I don't know if you heard me. Probably heard when I wasn't supposed to be, when you weren't supposed to listen. But sometimes, you can't, when I speak, you can't, again, I don't know how many people listen to me when I'm in my apartment or anything like that, where I'm just speaking, spirit speak. But because sometimes that's how I listen to them. Like, they think I'm believing them. So I let it open up, and I say it, and I keep saying it, and I listen to it, and I'm like, yeah. Thank you. Anyway, it's getting a little bumpy here. Yeah, certain sections up here on 35 north of Oklahoma City is very windy. And they have like windmill farms somewhere up here on the way to Ponca. I knew all about the Ponca and Standing Bear and all that before I got here. I don't know if you heard me say that. I don't know how the volume is. It's just everything's whack. Could be a hack. Could be coincidence. I don't even know if you heard this. I'm going to say this just in case you didn't hear me. So I go to the U-Haul, and there's trailer 4045. We're inside. She goes, well, somebody returned that last night. We're going to use that one, 4045. So I said, the left turn signal doesn't work. And she's trying to push it on me. And I'm like, no, she's not even supposed to ask me to rent it. At that point, I'm like thinking 4045, left turns, it goes either Richie or Spycraft. They could be trying to get me pulled over. I say, cop gets behind me, we'll have to make a left turn. And no, they know I have to make a left turn, and then he pulls me over, or she pulls me over. 100%. So I'm like, okay. And then I said, look, I think my vehicle's fine. That was before we got there. I said, I think my vehicle's fine. Whoa! We're all over the road. I started going downhill. What happened? All of a sudden, they're focusing on me, cursing me. So where was I? So I'm like, this, something's weird with this thing. And I said to her before, she tried to make me take it. I was like, I know it's not my vehicle because I've just towed trailers recently. But the thing, again, here's an explanation. Things creeping up in my mind going, they cut the wire. They got the left turn signal wire in your vehicle. And they're not beyond doing that, but I didn't think they did. So I'm like, can you bring another trailer over to see if this, but we hook up to another trailer. I think I said she brought one over. I said, you hook it up and see if it wasn't my vehicle. And then she's like, well, I said, I can't take that. I left turn signal doesn't work. I mean, I even have to scrap it for the day. I mean, that's that. 100%. So she goes, well, let's hook the other one up. And I told her, I said, it's either, witchcraft or, I was in the government, people put me out. This number could be weird, but it could be that somebody set me up like this. And she goes, well, how could that be? This has been sitting here for 10 years. And I'm thinking, you just told me it was Outly. So I don't know what was truth with her by the end. And then she didn't give me my pads for the move, the furniture pads. I go back over there. I was hoping to get out early, but it doesn't bother me not to be. As long as I get my load offloaded, I'm happy. 100%. So I have probably about the same amount of stuff sitting back at the apartment, and I didn't even put anything in the van. The van's like almost completely empty. I have a couple little things. I have like a couple mic stands in here, but it's nothing. I could put all those shelving units inside my van, like they're stacked, when they're taken apart and then taped together. You take them apart, you take the uprights and you put them in the voids within the shelves, like the way you buy them, and then you tape them. You take masking tape, blue masking tape, and you wrap it a few times, and then that's well enough, right? And then it's easy to set it up. You don't have to mess with sticky tape. Right? You just have to get the masking tape wrapped enough that it's a strong enough hold. And I got like a washing machine. So I don't even know if you heard anything. So when I was rented, I'm like, it should be plenty of space. And then I got close, plenty of space. Then it got close. And I started doubting it. The closer I got, the more down it. And then then I went and picked it up. And as soon as I looked in the back of it, I'm like, plenty of space. Right? My load is nice. I have like 3 nice kitchen carts, one tied to the front, 2 tied to the kind of rear left and rear right. And I got all those bins stacked on each side in front of it, and like a recliner, some other stuff. But it's really nice. It's battened down real nice. Really worked out well. As far as that part of it. What do you expect from an engineer, right? It's really nice. I like even smile like, I still got it. The hardest part was getting the front wheels of because there's no ramp on these. So getting the front wheels of those kitchen carts onto the deck and then lifting the back wasn't too bad. But the spirit's like, that's Satan. Satan's fighting you. It started going crazy. The carts started like doing the crazy shuffle. It can still be physical and still be Satan, right? But I'm sure you've all seen it. It seems like the laws of gravity and other things are defied at times, to the benefit and then to the negative. Yeah, this is like a nice run. It's not bad. I'm glad I decided to go. I wish I'd go. If they hadn't started that whatchamacallit, with the gotcha thing, I probably would have got into Wichita. 100%. Out of here. Don't try to speak through me. I listened to him that way, like I told you. Shut that down. What is that? I'm an archangel. That's an arc to heaven. There's spirits coming through me. They're gonna come get you. You'll probably have trouble. That's what you all say. Oh, it's just so screwed up because Native Americans are against alcohol, but yet they have casinos, and it's just I just the whole thing is just a word that mental self pleasuring, I guess. It's just what the hell. But I have to go through all of it to see who you really are, all of you, to a certain degree. If I don't make it to see you, sometimes it's all of you. So I'm really glad to see Miss Bass is going to try. Now, again, if you're not out there with homeless people like that, and then you criticize Miss Bass if something doesn't work, it's like bullshit because something worked. Right? If you try to get 20,000 people that are homeless into a house and only 10 get in there, well, that's only 10 that got in there. Well, there's 3,000 of them that went to jail. Well, if she didn't do it, it would have been 8,000. That's how it works. And the Republican shit is just shit anymore. 100%. They call it compassionate conservatism, but conservatism by nature would be a certain level of compassion because, again, you want everybody at work within the capitalist system, but we don't jettison something to cause an instability. We don't jettison a program because we want to be fiscally conservative, or we don't believe people deserve money from the government, or whatever it is. You never. Again, conservatism is even keel, smooth sailing. What you're all doing is bombastic. It's Nazism. It's Soviet communism, crony communism. Again, it has you moving in the right direction. You started protecting people for real, and then y'all went in the wrong direction. You're just going to protect the political class and the rich people. And again, you have to understand, I myself tried to go back to work, and they wouldn't let it happen. They physically were there, and were going to show me that they were going to make complaints and ruin everything, which means I would have a bad record as far as employment. And then probably try to start an investigation or something like that, which they did anyway. But right. So again, I know what the system is. I know what you all do. So you have to understand, when they put people, what they do is they want to put people out of work and on some sort of program and then kick them off the program. And they know that's the game. But of course, it's satanic. I guess I was live once upon a time, but I don't know when. All these big crosses, but and I take I take it with a grain of salt because somewhere in Oklahoma there might be some okay people, but then again, when somebody comes in and wants to pay money and extort you, how will you act at that point? I hit the windy spot, I guess, up here by Vassar Church, Full Gospel. Oh, I used to love going to church. It was like the greatest thing on earth. They tortured me in church, tried to sexualize me in church. Do the same thing in every other religion I ever went to. 100%. That's torture. We're not going to dumb it down for all of you. But this is a nice road run. I mean, I'm just so happy that it's not some crazy forever run. Right? I'll be a little late in the day, but I mean, like I said, it was nothing to upload. The hardest thing's going to be actually taking off the tie-down straps. Because I didn't do my usual. I didn't feel up to it. What I do is I take rope, it's Manila, or what's this stuff called? I forget what we called that stuff. Parachute cord, but we used to have a word for it, a slang word for it. But I loop it around the attachment point, and then I tie a square knot with a couple of half knots, and then I take all my tie-down straps and I connect it to that. So when I get where I'm going, I just take a knife, go, just cut all the parachute cord, and you don't have to actually undo any of the straps. They just fall off. But the next time you go to move, everything's all still. You got to go and pull it back out again. So I have to move anyway next time, so I'd rather undo the straps. But sometimes, like when you get a jam strap, you don't have to worry about, fighting it there. Right. You just cut the cord, parachute cord, and it's done. Now, if you had anything really heavy, I, wouldn't necessarily do it that way, but. Yeah, so some of these churches out here, they might have some all right people, but, I don't know if they'd hold out. And I'm glad to be coming up out of Cedarland. Cedar Juniper Land. That's the problem with the warmer places. 100%. Gosh, I'm still kind of achy and sore and have messed up legs and stuff, but when I was driving Murillo, Jesus, every hour or two I had to get out. I think every hour I had to get out of the vehicle and stretch my legs. I didn't have to be sick another day in my life. They made sure I was. That's their business, all of you. That's some strange noise. Where's that coming from? I think it's the truck in front of me. I'm gonna look at the left tires from what I can see up here. My right side shows. I had to drop my mirror a little bit. Well, it's funny because the storage unit I'm using is probably in the perfect location to make this run. Now, once I live there, I don't know. They're very expensive at the extended stays. They have a couple nice ones. It's still the cheapest extended stay is the one in Edmond. The in-town suites there. It looks, and it's, external entrance. I tried getting in there. I don't know if they were screwing me or was it just natural. Every time I go there, it's, we're booked up. I mean, I've driven around it, and I didn't see that many people. Well, cars are one thing. They don't always have cars. They didn't have many cars to begin with, but, I figured maybe it could be people on foot, but I didn't see that either. So I got to figure out what to do. I was going to buy a treadmill. I should have done that to keep my walking going. But leaving Cedarland is nice. I mean, they have had cedar and juniper and ragweed in Kansas City for about a month and a half now, I guess. And they're still experiencing it down there. I tried to explain that to the lady that I used to help that moved to Texas on how that worked. But I couldn't get her to come out of the spirit side of things enough. But again, I spirit don't. And now I picked up, I don't know. I just can't do that back and forth. It's just too weird. I may have offended her by saying, "Look, I'm not stupid, okay?" And I see you going, big dinners and stuff. I said, "I'm not mad. But you keep asking me for money with the inclination or with the explanation that you'll pay me, and I'm like, okay, but you know, I've lent you money when I couldn't lend you money, and I did. I just, I have money in the bank, but it's tied to a debt. I mean, I have credit, cards I have to pay off and all that. Right. Otherwise, if my debt goes up too high, then it's hard to get the 0% credit cards again. And that's what I need to do to stay one step ahead of the deep state's execution and assassination. Trying to get in front of this truck, which is kind of causing me to have to accelerate, but I just don't want to be around it. I didn't get my windshield washer fluid. I usually do that. Boy, my sinuses. I was trying to, actually, the weird part is I was going to move to Kansas. Garden City or something like that for some reason. I was like looking to leave New Mexico and didn't want to drive that far. So I was like, yeah, Garden City, Kansas will get me into Kansas, There's a large Latino population. It may have been a place where I could get married or something. Who knows? There may have been a woman there that God thought maybe would work, right? I mean, there's obviously been women the whole time. Not that stupid. Mm-hmm. I mean, government want to be that, private sector people want to be that, then fine. Don't come crying to God when you all go to real hell. That woman didn't believe in the Spirit, which means I don't know if she believed in God. When I showed up back there for the blankets, they looked a little stressed. I don't know. It was a different woman was helping me. I was nice as peaches and cream, But I mean, she shouldn't have tried to push that trailer on me. I might get her in trouble. I wanted to. I don't do that to people. That's the reason why I got one of the reasons the government didn't want me there, because I don't do that to people. I don't look to get them in trouble. I look to get them out of trouble and with God, so that maybe life will go better for them. Well, at least an explanation. That's really where the scripture is, that your life may not go better. You might be crucified faster, but you're going to have an explanation. Again, I can't tell you that you will, because the churches are full of shit. But the Bible itself is not, and you'll have an explanation. So there's a nation within our nation, and I brought this up before. There's the government employee nation. And that's they are, and that's what they work for. And that's their community. They're really not too tied to anything else. And that's one of the things that broke in our country, in our nation, to make it what it is. I love railroad tracks. You're starting to go crazy. Slow down, slow down, slow down. I went over a bridge and it really upset it. Like a little rough road. It wasn't a bad run. What should have happened is I should have moved up to Wichita last go around. they were so screwy and screwed my driver license and everything else. It just screwed up everything. No, I don't think the Lord wanted me to be here one day longer than I had to. It's always that the Lord is in control. The dark Lord. That's who they worship. It is like Trump. The Lord's in control. I climb so rich and they give me millions for my little stupid digital image. Because Trump sells them digital images, man. You imagine that, huh? I'm in some pretty messed up road around here. This is, I think, where the windmill phone. But I got, I'm waking up every morning and I'm like, and my eyes are like, I think I have pink eye or something. That's from the cedar. I gotta get out of that. That's funny because first I was like, do I really want to go to actually it was there in my head. You don't want to go Canada, it's gonna be cold. Well, I gotta get dressed up. I'll see if I get dressed up. I'm actually gonna dress in winter, or cold weather clothes. I wouldn't say winter. What is this winter clothes? I don't have a jacket on or anything. Some long underwear and pair of pants. No, I don't mind it. It's kind of cold out here, but it doesn't bother me. Just feel a little safer from the tornadoes up this way. Hey, this is nice being up here by Perry First. Is that First Street? No, it's not First. Sounds like First Street, right? FIR instead of FIR Street. Sounds like you said First Street. Is that the local joke? No, it's the mayor. Oh, I guess we're going. You don't have nice roads when we go to the casino and spend all that money. So the chief can spend it on his girlfriend. I know how you do. But that micro hotels, I used to stay there all the time. They just kind of fell into the background, didn't they? I love Motel 6s. That plank lip flooring and all that. Can't beat it. Now to get an old one, they could be, door like the door you can see outside through the door, cracks in the door, because it doesn't shut all the way, or it's bent frame or something. Because the cops had to kick it in a few times, Maybe it inflates like 3 or 4 doors. Yeah, after they kick the door 3 or 4 times, the door doesn't, in the frame. Frame starts kinking. Hey, 101 to Wichita. 101 to Wichita. Hey, shut up! I hate me. I got a million devils around me trying to curse me. I live at the wind farm. Hey, wind farm! I don't know, the Mexican embassy in Oklahoma City. I just don't get it, but maybe there's something to it. I don't know. I mean, I don't mind it. People should have that kind of service. And again, if you have it in Oklahoma City, people from Texas, New Mexico, north of here, what's north of here? Kansas, that's where I'm going. These other areas, Arkansas, Missouri, they could kind of come down here if they had to. All right, slow down. It's the wind farm. You got to slow your trailer vehicles down around the wind farm. So I know inflation is partially them because they inflate certain things I buy like crazily. Just so I'll know it, you know. And of course, they mark the prices sometimes. Sometimes it's happenstance, but not all the time. I feel like I go into a store and they got prices that I'll recognize the numbers. But then they start jacking the price or like removing the product. What did I see today that it's removed? Look, they don't want me to say it. But what did they remove this time? Like the only, it's something that I buy. And I buy it like enough where they wouldn't remove it. The other one actually isn't bought as much. I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, it's the, what do they call it? The munchy things. What do they call it? The straws, the veggie straws or whatever. The Walmart brand veggie straws. They took my flavor, which is the popular flavor, and removed it. Now that could happen by happenstance. Could happen by Kurtz, but they've done it physically, and I think that is a physical one. Because then you got to buy the big bag, and you can buy the name brand that's a big bag instead of the smaller bag. So again, then you eat more junk food. I mean, that's how they think, really. Even if it's not physical, that's how they think, really. They hate my diet when it's clean. They hate it with a vengeance. Over by the swimming farm, it gets pretty crazy with a trailer. Yeah, I was going to move to Wichita, but it's just there's not enough stores and stuff. I'll be sitting in an Oklahoma City type environment. Making, one thing in Dallas, they did it in Dallas, but it was more difficult. So they would actually show up, like they weren't impregnated in the stores, infiltrated into the stores as much. So they would kind of like just show up while I went to a store that they didn't have anybody in. I went to Micro Center to buy a new, is that Dallas? I think it was Dallas. I don't think it could have been Colorado. Either Colorado or Dallas. But they show up. I was going to buy a new Shure MVI. And they show up and they walk with me up to the door and then they stop. And look at me just as the doors swing open. They didn't go in the store, but I walked the store. So that may have been like, you got to let them shop. You can't go in the store. That may have been one of your requirements. I don't know, because, every once in a while, boss will go, well, let's tone it down a little. You can follow them and things like that, but don't go in the store with them. Let them shop. So what they do, they walk up to the outside of the door and stop and look at me. And then I walk in. Now my Shure MVI, I hook it up and go, there you go! Well, you ruined my life. And I told you that when that day comes, when the Earth recognizes that, then there's going to be a lot worse things happening. All right, static is starting here. Where's it coming from? Don't be static with me. I'm going a little faster. Under the speed limit, but with a trailer, you want to stay well under. So I have a nice little tow rig, really. So even though I don't have a trailer, I'm ready to tow. And then it's adjustable height, so I said, is that the right height? Let me go up a little more. I put it up a little more. I like, they say it should be level. I like having the front down just a little bit. Because then you get the down, like a spoiler, like a wing, you get the downward force. So I just wanted to make sure I could build this rig and have it work. And I'm really glad I got my reach thing here. I'm going to do a good write-up for them. I got ripped off from Amazon, but it was kind of irking me because the way it was all. Because I already bought the second one when I figured out it was damaged, and I wrote them, and they gave me a whole new one for free. And it was, it really wasn't their fault. It was Amazon's fault. I think it was a used one. And I didn't pay. I paid probably less than half, or about half, or maybe about half of what it usually costs on Amazon for that. Actually, I think I can get one for about twice that price. So again, it was like I bought it. It wasn't the color I wanted, that kind of thing. But I bought it because I can't get that. I've been trying to buy it for years and I couldn't buy it. So I was still looking at it at like $360 each, and I couldn't get it. This one showed up for $130 Realtree, and I'm like, Realtree, I'm not into that too much, but hey, it actually looks pretty good. I'm not a hunter, but conservationists use that stuff too. 100%. That actually turned out real nice. I have this one that's birch, and it's my dash has mahogany on it, like a dark wood, but it actually I think it looks better than buying the dark wood one. It's kind of like poopy color. So I don't think it's poopy color. But the birch is nice. It's got some grain to it. And this one's actually a backseat one, which means it extends over longer. So that's the main difference between it. So it's nice. And I'm going to modify it a little bit. I'm going to be able to have my phone mounted a certain way. Everything's going to be mounted over there. It's going to be nice. I'll figure it out. And what I might do is put like rubber on the bottom so things don't slide as much, like an insert. And I could use black vinyl and make it black if I wanted to. Fit. Oh, see, this is weird. Like right now, I can go faster and the thing won't sway. And this isn't a great road. I got no idea. I think it's the wind on this road. Okay, here I'm coming with the windmills. Watch it get crazy. When you hit the wind farm, that's when it has the crosswind. But I definitely got to start exercising. Drop a few pounds. And I'll probably end up getting COVID shots here shortly, or COVID, whatever. It just seems weird that they're not moving past. I do believe there's financial interest in what we're seeing and what we're not seeing. See, as soon as I got near these windmills, my car starts swaying. It happened with my other trailer also. My other trailer's taller. I really didn't want a trailer that tall. I didn't need it. So it just, I rushed to get the hell out of Tyler, Get out of Texas, I guess, to end up in Dallas. Actually, I was going to Amarillo to try to help that guy again. I just couldn't get there. I just